Welcome to this explainer on why your website isn't showing up on Google and how to fix it. Let's just dive right in because you know the exact feeling we're talking about. You've poured a ton of time and money into this stunning brand new website. You've finally hit publish, your business is real, your services are absolutely top notch, but then you go to Google, you type in your name, and nothing. Total crickets. Your website is basically a digital ghost town. It is honestly one of the most deeply frustrating experiences for any business owner. But according to digital marketing expert Miro Giovannini, it's actually way more common than you might think. And really good news here, fixing an invisible website is a totally straightforward diagnostic process, just as long as you know exactly what's broken in the first place. So you paid for this beautiful website? Where on earth are the customers? It's a completely valid frustration. We all kind of fall into this trap of thinking that just putting a website up on the internet is enough. But let's be real, a website without visibility is just a really expensive digital brochure that nobody is reading. Today, we're going to walk through the most common reasons your website is hiding from Google and, more importantly, exactly how to fix every single one of them using Miro's proven strategies. Here is our roadmap for the explainer today. The invisible website mystery, fixing technical foundations, creating content that ranks, winning local search, outsmarting your competition, and wrapping up with the SEO action plan. Let's get right into it.
Section 1, the invisible website mystery. Is Google even looking?
Okay, we have to start at absolute ground zero here, because if we don't get this one thing right, absolutely nothing else we talk about today matters. Is your site even indexed? Look, if Google hasn't crawled and indexed your website, it's not going to magically appear in any search results. Period. Google literally doesn't know you exist yet. And you can actually test this right this second. It's a super simple trick. Just go to Google and type in the word site, followed by a colon, and then your domain name. So site, yourdomain.com. If 0 results pop up, well, you have your answer. Google hasn't indexed you. You are entirely invisible to the search engine. So, how do we fix it? It takes just 3 steps. Step 1, you need to create a Google Search Console account and verify your domain. Think of this as your direct red phone line of communication with Google. Step 2, submit your sitemap. You can usually find this at yourdomain.com/sitemap.xml. Step 3, go ahead and actively request indexing for your homepage and key service pages. Oh, and while you're poking around in the back end of your site, double-check that you haven't accidentally left a no-index tag lying around. That's a little snippet of code that literally tells search engines to go away. It's basically like hanging a giant Do Not Disturb sign right on your front door. Rip that tag out and you are back in business. Section 2, fixing technical foundations, speed and mobile. Right, so once Google actually knows you exist, we have to look out for the silent killers of ranking. 3 seconds. That is all the time you get. Google considers page speed a massive ranking factor now. If your site takes longer than 3 seconds to load up, visitors are just going to bounce. They hit the back button. And Google will actively drop your rank because you're providing a terrible user experience. To sort this out, your first step is to run a quick test on Google's Page Speed Insights tool. That's going to tell you exactly what's slowing things down. 9 times out of 10, the biggest culprit is massive, unoptimized image files. You've got to compress those images so every photo sits under 200 kilobytes. Then it's time to clean house. Get rid of unnecessary plugins, old scripts, flashy animations, anything that bogs the site down. Honestly, if your underlying platform is just fundamentally slow, you might be looking at upgrading your hosting or even a site rebuild. And that brings us to a really massive shift in how the internet actually works today. Google uses mobile-first indexing. What does that mean for you? It means if your site doesn't work absolutely perfectly on a phone, like if the buttons are too tiny to tap or the text requires squinting, Google is going to rank it lower. And here's the crazy part. They will rank you lower even for users who are searching on a desktop computer. Google is essentially browsing the web like a really impatient person on a smartphone. If your site isn't fully responsive, a redesign is pretty much inevitable. Section 3, creating content that ranks, talking to humans and machines. Moving right up our diagnostic funnel, let's talk about content. A lot of businesses buy these great-looking template websites that just have maybe 2 paragraphs of super generic placeholder text. Things like, "We offer high-quality services to meet your needs." Yeah, that totally fails. Your benchmark needs to be about 300 to 500 words of actually useful, unique content on every single page. You have to explicitly tell Google and your visitors exactly what you do, exactly who you serve, and exactly where you operate. But there is a huge trap businesses fall into right here, and it's corporate jargon versus actual human intent. Take the phrase comprehensive residential renovation solutions. That sounds incredibly professional, right? Very fancy. But compare it to kitchen remodel Glendale. That second phrase, that is what a real human being actually types into their phone when they have an outdated kitchen and a credit card in their hand. If you aren't naturally using the exact words your customers use, you're just never going to match up with their searches. So how do we fix a broken keyword strategy? First off, combine your service and your location naturally in your page titles and your body text. If you're stuck on what people are actually searching for, just use Google Autocomplete. Start typing your service into the search bar and just look at what drops down. Next, please stop cramming all your services onto one single messy page. Create an individual, dedicated page for every single service you offer. And finally, start a blog that answers the actual, real-life questions your customers ask you every day.
Section 4. Winning local search, the map pack.
Now, if you are running a local business, shifting your focus to the map pack is literally everything. The map pack is that little cluster of 3 businesses that appears right at the very top of local search results, right underneath the map. The wild thing here is that getting into this pack is powered almost entirely by your Google business profile, not your actual website. For local folks like a plumber, a family lawyer, or a corner bakery, your Google business profile is often way more critical for getting found than your website itself. To win a spot in the map pack, step 1 is claiming or creating your profile over at business.google.com. Step 2 is a bit tedious, but it is so critical. Fill out every single field. I'm talking business name, exact address, accurate phone number, your actual hours, correct categories, and a robust description. Don't skip anything. Step 3, add real photos of your actual business, no stock photos. Start asking your happy customers to drop you some reviews and post regular updates on there to show Google that the lights are on and the business is thriving.
Section 5. Outsmarting your competition, the long game.
Okay, let's say your site is fully indexed, it's blazing fast, the keywords are dialed in, but you're still not hitting number 1. Well, we have to acknowledge a tough reality here. Sometimes your competitors have simply been playing the game longer than you. SEO is absolutely a long game. They've just had more time to build backlinks, gather reviews, and write content. To outsmart them, you have to consistently outwork them. Here's a great cadence to follow. Commit to publishing just one genuinely helpful blog post every single month. Make it a strict company policy to earn at least 1 new customer review every week, and make sure you're listed accurately in the big local directories like Yelp, the BBB, and any industry-specific sites. It's all about steadily building your authority over time.
Section 6, the SEO Action Plan, your diagnostic checklist.
We have definitely covered a lot of ground in this explainer today. Let's bring it all together into a fast action plan based directly on Miro Giovannini's insights. Mentally check these boxes right now. Is your site actually indexed? Did you do the site search trick? Is your sitemap submitted in Search Console? Does every single page have 300 to 500 words of unique, helpful content? Do your titles actually include your specific service and your local city? Does the site load in under 3 seconds and look great on a smartphone? And finally, is your Google business profile 100% complete? Work your way through this exact checklist in this order, and I guarantee you will diagnose exactly what has been keeping you off page 1, which brings us to one final very important question. Let's say you fix all of this. Your website is finally visible, but what will you do to keep them reading? Fixing the technical plumbing and optimizing your keywords, well, that just gets people in the front door. Your real job is earning their trust. Getting found is literally just step 1. Once that wave of new traffic finally hits your site, you have to engage them, hook them, and convert them into actual paying customers. I really hope this explainer gave you the exact tools you need to pull your website out of the shadows. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and seriously, go check your index status right now.